Here we have the Mini Countryman, the 1.6 Cooper on a 65 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But from the outside you can see it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels. Let's start off inside the boot and then work our way around the rest of the car from there. Approach the boot, you'll see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space as well. We've got 3 individually folding rear seats, and those rear seats also slide forwards and backwards as 2 separate units to either give you more boot space or more legroom. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back round to the front of the car now, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. But now that we've done a full circle of it, you can see it's in fantastic condition the whole way round. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. These seats are as good as new. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that right now. Okay, so now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. We have the rev counter. You can also see the digital readout for the speedometer in the middle of that section. And then we've got the total miles of the car, which are 23,062. You can change the information displayed above that using a button on the steering wheel for various different bits of information, including the time, your trip computer, and the outside temperature. Over in the center here, we've got the main speedometer for the car that goes along with the digital one in the center of the console that I showed you just a moment ago. We've got the fuel gauge just there. And at the bottom here, the radio station buttons and adjustments and what have you. So mode will take us onto the music settings. So you can see this car's got AM and FM radio, DAB radio, a CD player, auxiliary input, and USB input as well. The menu button is where you can pair up your phone. Configure is where you can change the time and date settings on the car. And then Mini just gives us useful phone numbers for Mini themselves. Working our way down from that, we've got the CD player for the car. And then we've got the air conditioning. So we can adjust the temperature with this dial, fan speed up and down with this one. We can determine where we would like the air to be distributed within the car, and then hit that button to turn the air conditioning on. And the same again, of course, to turn it back off. The buttons underneath that, starting from the left, this one turns off the traction control. This turns on or off, as it is now, but it turns off the stop and start. So this car is designed to cut out in traffic when it's stationary to save you fuel. That light means the system is turned off, and that's back on again. Deadlock, so you can lock the car doors from the outside, and then front and rear fog lights for the car. Underneath that, we've got a 12-volt charging socket and a couple of cup holders, a 6-speed manual gearbox, and underneath that we've got the USB and auxiliary inputs. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to call any of our MJA sites. We'd love to hear from you soon.